Hello, guys. Welcome to today's edition of Talker Voices. Today, I want to share with you some tools and programs that are not popular. You might not even have heard of them before, but these programs, once you apply, you are sure of fully funded scholarship. People may argue that if you study some programs, it's gonna affect how you get a job. If you study some programs, you're not going to get a good job. And the world is changing. I read something funny today about the TikTok CEO earnings per year and the Kabilame, the TikTok influencers like earnings. So it's about the platform is there. It's about you leveraging your skills and making the best out of what you have. So it's not about the course you study. It's about the skills you acquire from the course and how you position yourself. So people don't get paid because of the title of your degree. No, they get paid for the skills they offer to work. I've seen people with computational linguistic background landing jobs, $100,000 jobs in the US. So you get a job. It's about position yourself well with the skills that you've acquired. So I just want to expose you to these courses that you can apply. And I know that the visa interview, the most important thing in our part of the world, like Africa, like India, is funding. Once you have funding and you're secured, you get your visa with ease. And then when you come over, there's no financial burden on you. I would say that the less people know about a career, the less competition you have. Just think about it for a second. So a course like entomology, they are mostly hired by US agricultural companies for like pest control, disease control. One thing is I'll also talk about like deaf education. This is a shortage like education area or a teaching area that you can go into. And in the US, states mostly sponsor international teachers to teach this kind of specialized education. So let's quickly run through the programs. So this is like rare but fully funded courses for international students. So the first course I'll talk about MS in Peace Building and Conflict Transformation. The university is Eastern Mennonite University. So MS in Peace Building is training students to resolve conflict and lead peace efforts in war-torn and divided societies. You can liaise with UN and then become like a UN worker. You can be a mediator. You can also be an NGO coordinator. Who can apply? Person with international relation background, sociology, psychology can apply. So that is number one. Number two will be PhD in Indigenous Studies, University of Alaska, Fairbanks. So with this, it explores indigenous knowledge systems, history, and self-determination. Careers you can go into be policy advisor, cultural researcher, and educator. You can also teach. Who can apply? If you have a C in anthropology, history, or political science. Mostly this course is fully funded. Number three will be MS in cartography and geographic visualization, University of Wisconsin-Madison. This particular program I'm talking about focuses on creating digital and physical maps using data and design. Career is like GIS specialist. You can also become a data mapper, urban planner. Who can apply with a background in geography, civil engineering, mostly office assistantship and a lot of funding opportunities. There is this course called MFA in Puppetry Arts, University of Connecticut. So this combines the performance of art and storytelling through puppetry. I've done a bit of ventriloquism in the past. So you talk without moving your mouth. Like you can talk without actually moving your mouth. So this is like puppeteering in the so career you can go into, become a puppeteer, a set designer, visual artist. So who can apply? If you have in theater, fine art, animation, you can apply, fully funded. So the next program I'll talk about is MS Humanitarian Engineering. This is a specialized program, and University of Colorado of Mines actually offer this particular program. So MSc Humanitarian Engineering is like applying engineering solutions to global humanitarian and developmental challenges. So you can be an NGO food engineer or a sustainability expert. You can go to the field, gather data, and then come and help your company. So who can apply? Mechanical, civil engineering, environmental engineering. A lot of funding available. The sixth one I'll talk about will be PhD in Folklore Studies, Indiana University, Bloomington. So this particular program examines myth, tradition, oral history, culture across society. So you can work as a museum curator and other culture analyst. Who can apply? Literature, BSc in anthropology, those with history background can apply. fully funded as well with teaching assistantship. The next one I'll talk about is MSc Historic Preservation, University of Vermont. So what is MSc in Historic Preservation? This focuses on conserving historic buildings, landscapes, and cultural sites. You can become a heritage planner, architecture and historian who can apply BSc in architecture, BSc in archaeology, BSc in arts, history. The next thing I'll talk about is PhD in textile science and apparel technology. So I'll talk about University of Lincoln, Nebraska. Textile science is basically researching into materials, fabrics, fashion, technology, and innovation, which is really a nice area for you to look into. What can you do with it? You can be a textile R&D research and developer. You can also be fashion technologist, which is very evolving space. Who can apply? If you have a degree in chemistry, material science, or degree in design engineering, can apply. Talk about MA in science writing. Johns Hopkins University. Science writing is basically training you to explain complex science to public in clear, engaging ways. You are explaining to the layman point of view. So you can become a science journalist, a health writer who can apply with a BSc in any STEM program. You want to have the passion for it. Even if you took a BSc in English and communication, you can go in for MSc science writing. The last one I'll talk about is MSc in entomology. You can have an aspect of insect science, University of Florida. So this is basically self-explanatory. Study of insect biology in the role of agriculture, health, and ecology, which is really significant. So what can you do with this? You can work as a pest control research and developer, also work as a public health expert. So what kind of degree can you use to apply? Biology, zoology, BSc in agriculture. So guys, these are some of the courses. They are not popular, but they are in high demand because the less knowledge people have about a course, the more they're going to get a job. So let's get rid of the notion that if you study any course, you will not get a job. No, it's about your ability to use that skills and position yourself for opportunities, because you will only get hired because of the program you studied or the certificate you have. You only be hired based off the skills that you have. So it's really important to take notice of that. So it's very important. I spoke about deaf education. That particular area is always a shortage, and most states sponsor people after graduation, offer them H1B1 visas, teach in their schools for them. So you can't go wrong studying some of these programs. So I wish you the best of luck. It's about information. So I say in this 21st century, the difference between the rich and the poor is the right information. And don't forget that information is a currency for this 21st age. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this page, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.